Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about adding and subtracting decimals. We're going to begin using models and then we're going to move on to just doing it. So, you all were given a sheet protector, which is like a plastic cover that goes over a piece of notebook paper. And inside that, there was a place value chart and there were some pages that look similar to this. And in your black backpack, there was also a whiteboard marker. Pause your video and go get all of those things. Okay, welcome back. You'll see a math problem right here. And what I want you to do is I want you to color each of those into one of the squares. I can look at this and I know 5/10 is half. So I know that both of these are less than half. So my answer is going to be less than a whole. So I'm going to start by coloring in 3100ths. Pause your video and color in 3100ths. Okay, I'm thinking your 3100ths is going to look similar to mine. It is 1, 2, 3/10 and 100th. Now I'm going to need to color in 1200ths. Well, I think what I'm going to do is start right here and color in 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 1200ths. Now, if I look at my total, I've added them together. Here's my total right here. Pause your video and figure out what that total is. All right, I am sure you are right. It is 4/10 and 300ths, 4300ths. You can see how I stacked my answers up, how it's really no different than just adding, even if there weren't a decimal. You gotta line up the place value, and then you just add as normal. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4. And then you need to make sure you get that decimal in the right spot, because 4300ths is way different than 43. Now, my next question is a little bit trickier. What if I had this? Well, I'm going to do the same thing on my model. You go ahead and do it on your model. Pause the video and see what you can figure out. Okay, welcome back. I'm thinking you looked at this and you went, 2/10. So you did 2/10. And then you see 3/10 and 400ths. So you did 1, 2, 3/10 and 1, 2, 3, 400ths. And then you add them all together and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/10 and 400ths. Now, if I'm going to stack this, I want you to give it a shot first. Try stacking it up to add it. So this is what it would look like if you remember to line up the place value. I like to add a 0 because 2/10 and 20/100ths are the same quantity, so it doesn't change. But it helps me keep in mind my place value. All right, so we did it right. If you made a common mistake, you might have gone like this. You can add the 0. And you might have gone like this. Now, that's going to get you in a lot of trouble because I'm trying to add together 2/10 and 400ths, and you can't really add tenths and hundredths like that. You got to keep the place value lined up. A trick a lot of people like to use is to make sure that their decimals are in line. Do you see how these decimals are not in line? Where are you going to put the decimal? You got to line them up in order to keep the place value clear. Now, subtracting is just the same. It's just subtracting, and it's a matter of keeping that place value really clear when you stack them up to add them or subtract them. I'm going to give you a problem, and I want you to see if you can draw a model of this on your whiteboard using your whiteboard pen. And you can always just use a Kleenex or something to erase it with. See if you can draw a picture of this subtraction problem. Go ahead and pause your video. All right, welcome back. I'm thinking probably what you did is you drew 61 hundredths and then you took away 42 hundredths of them. I'm going to start by taking away my 4 tenths. So here's 1 tenth, 2 tenths, and 3 tenths, and 4 tenths. So I took away my 4 tenths, and then I need to take away my 2 hundredths, and I'm going to just take away one of these hundredths. I colored that in so well, it's kind of hard to see. And what do I have left? I have 1 tenth and 9 hundredths left. So again, I'm going to try stacking this up and subtracting it. So I'm going to make sure that my decimals are in line. This is easier to do because they're both hundredths, so it lines up more automatically. Now I'm going to need to regroup and continue to subtract. And then I got to make sure I add my decimal because 19 is way different than 19 hundredths. All right, and there you have it. It's just as easy as that. If you go to your practice book, you are going to work on practice page 2-4. Make sure it's the practice, not the reteaching page. And I don't think it's going to take you very long. You can skip number 12 because I think it's a little awkward to explain it with words and not show it with a picture. So you can skip 12. But I would like you to do the reteaching and the reteaching 2-7. Actually, I'm going to make it a little easier. You're going to skip number 10, 11, and 12 from practice 4. So you're going to skip 10 through 12. 10, 11, and 12 in practice 4. Go ahead and cross those off. Then you're going to retaching. How did I do that? I guess I'm talking and writing at the same time. Reteaching 2-6 and 2-7. I'll write that out for you also on your slide. All right, everybody, good luck. Enjoy. Pay attention to place value.